Hey travelers, welcome back to the channel. Today on the channel we're going to build a house for a young adult Alice from Alice in Wonderland, like my version of a young adult her. I'm going to input some footage right now of my building her in cast, but not all of the footage that I did. Okay, so we are back, travelers, and now I'm going to build the house, and we are sped up, I think, by 4 times. And I'm going to start with a round tower, and I'm building a round room, and the round rooms always look square to me, so I get kind of disappointed by it halfway through. And the reason I'm doing a voiceover is because for some reason it didn't record my audio, and I checked the audio right now and it's recording just fine, so I don't know why it didn't for while I was building the house, but it didn't. So we are building a huge 4-level tower and then a 2-level square bit of a house as well. We are also going to go ahead and do the layout and all the windows and doors of the build. And we will also do flooring for the hardwood floor, and we will do some bathroom tiling as well, and decide where everything is going to go. And off camera I'll do landscaping, and you guys can see it the next time we update on this build. I'm going to do all the furnishing of the rooms on camera with you guys, but not until a second video going up. And then I decided that this needs a couple of bump outs because it just looked kind of lame without them, so I did that. And also I wanted to mention that it's important that you know that we are using base game, the new Wonderland kit, the Time Solarium kit, and the Garden to Table kit. So this is a base game plus kits build, and we might also use some cottage living at one point or another, but for now it's just those 3 kits and base game, and I think that it's going to turn out really cool. Like I think it's going to be at least an interesting build for you guys to see. And here's a fountain that the Wonderland kit came with. I think it's either the Wonderland kit or it's the Time Solarium. It's probably the Time Solarium. And now I'm experiencing parts of the Wonderland kit to see like what might work where. But then I realized that bookcase isn't actually a door, so yeah, we'll move on. And then the Time Solarium kit came with some roofing, but it's not really the right roofing for the style I'm going for this house. So I wind up not using it, and I switch, and I don't use a cottage living one either. I switched to a base game one in pink, and I think that it looks really nice with the rest of the swatches we use. And here's where we use a little cottage living. We use the cottage living bricks on the outside of the house. Now, between now and when this build goes up on the gallery, the outside of the house might change a little bit because I haven't done the landscaping yet, and I'm going to do the landscaping off camera. But yeah, so now here I am playing around with the windows that came with the Time Solarium kit. And this is just playing with windows until I get them to look the way I want them to look. And I build a lot of windows in because I feel like Alice would probably like all that light coming in. I think she'd really enjoy it. So that's definitely what I go ahead and decide to do, is put as many windows as possible. And then when I put the ladders in the circular rooms, I wind up having to move some of the windows around, because you can't have a ladder and a window on the same wall when it's where the Sims are getting out of the ladder, I think. I think that's how that works. I can't be 100% sure, but I think. And then, I do mess around with some more of the windows as the build goes by, and as I do the floor plan, basically. Because once you do the floor plan, then you know, like, where windows are appropriate and where they're not. And when I get to Alice's bedroom, I do decide to go ahead and move windows around so that I've left room for art and things like that. So, just give me 1 second. I'm going to slow this down so that I can talk a little bit more firmly. A little slower, anyway. So here's the house as I decided upon it once I was done playing with all the new window options. And I do make some changes as time goes by in terms of when I'm doing the layout. And then the windows on the side of the tower only fit in a couple of locations. And I might experiment with some base game windows that are set up for the rounded walls when I'm doing the landscaping. And then one of the things about the landscaping is I am also going to put some vines up the tower. And so you'll see that when we come back for the second video to do this Alice in Wonderland build. And one of the reasons why I broke it up into 2 videos is because, one, I wanted to fully experience the furnishing of this house with the 3 kits I've mentioned. Time Solarium, the Wonderland one, whose name I can't remember, but it's like Wonderland something. And the garden to table one. And I also wanted to be able to also do the landscaping off camera. So this little bookcase door is actually none of these things. The bookcase door right there into the circular rooms, I wind up not using it there, but I do use it in the house, in the circular room above it. And it's actually from the Lost Legacies event. So it will flag as custom content in my build, but it's technically not custom content because it's just, did you do the Legacy event or not? Did you do the event? If you did, then you have these 2. So I swapped that out for a base game door, the rounded one, because I think the rounded shape makes a lot of sense for Alice. And then I give the back door a change up too, and I change up these windows. And I also use a window right here on this back wall that's also from the Lost Legacies event. And it's really beautiful. It has a lot of swatches, and not a lot, but it has 3 different types of interior swatches with different exterior colors. Very colorful. I think it very much fits an Alice in Wonderland style. I also wanted to say that all the like white and pale pink and all that kind of colors that I'm working with right now for the build might change once I do the landscaping, because it might be more appropriate for the build itself to be a lot more colorful. So we'll see after I finish the landscaping, and you'll get to see that in the next video. Not the landscaping, but the results of my finishing the landscaping. And if you have ever wanted to know how I landscape, one of the videos for A House for Tate has extremely detailed my landscaping the garden around the House for Tate. So if you wanted to check that out, I would recommend the A House for Tate playlist, and one of the videos has quite a bit of my doing landscaping. So now I'm working on layout stuff, and that first little room I made off to the side is a bathroom. So now, because it's going to be a bathroom, I move these windows around, because I wouldn't want a bathroom full of windows like this. This would be a lot of windows for a bathroom. So I even change out the big long window into a smaller one. And again, these windows are from Time Solarium pack, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, the new, not pack kit, the new Tea Time kit, which I love and think is quite appropriate for going along with the Alice in Wonderland kit as well. So then I also put out columns, because I think the columns give the house something extra. Basically just where the bump outs are. I don't really put columns anywhere else, because I feel like in a normal house the columns would support the bump outs too, but you wouldn't necessarily need them on the rest of the house. So that's why I've done that way. And then I try to put a column on this little corner, but it won't go because I'm not using Move Objects right now. So then I'm going to go ahead and move on to doing, I think we're going to do the flooring next. We need another door. We need a door for this bathroom, so I pick one for the bathroom, pretty sure. Yeah, and I just go with the pink rounded one because it looks good. And this is just a guest bathroom. It's not Alice's main bathroom that she'll use. And then I'm pretty sure I make this bump out a little bit bigger. I think I made it bigger, yeah, already. And now we're choosing the flooring. This is a base game flooring. It's hardwood floor, and it's a spiral. And I thought that was quite appropriate for Alice in Wonderland. It is like a weird rectangular spiral. It's really gorgeous. But it's base game, so if all you have is base game, some of the things in this house will still work for you. If you have base game in cottage living, then you'll get the house with the outside brick texture. If you don't have any of the kits, I'm sad to say that if you download this house, it'll just be the base game stuff that I've added by the time I'm done with it. But I do think the spiral floor makes sense for Alice. And then I go with the Edwardian tile for both bathrooms. And here's me trying to figure out a layout for the bottom floor because it's so small. So I decide that this is going to be a sitting room. This little room right here is going to be a sitting room. And then I change the window swatches because I think the other color just is better. And then now we're going to switch this door out for a different door, I think. Or for an archway. One of the two. And then I've decided that along that back wall is a good area for a kitchen. So we'll just have like a foyer and then like an entryway and a kitchen and a sitting room in this bottom floor. And then the circular room will probably be a library on this first floor. We'll see though. Here's me choosing the Edwardian tile for the bathrooms. I choose it in the like aqua-ish swatch for this one, and then the bathroom off Alice's room, which doesn't actually connect but is her main bathroom. I think I choose the pink swatch for that one. And then here's me moving the doors now that I've decided to. Oh, here's where I use the bookcase door, and this is again from Lost Legacies event. And it is beautiful, but it will mean that the build will flag as CC, even though there actually isn't CC in it at all. So yeah, now we are about 6 minutes into the video, and this is just me on camera deciding what to use this room for. This is where I decided it would be an excellent little sitting room. And then this little area would be good for some plants, but I decided that I'm going to keep all her plants outside or in the round tower. And this little room instead will be where her desk goes, because I feel like in my version of Alice, she's probably a writer. But you know, who really knows? So then I realized I do need my ladders, so I'm going to go for a ladder situation instead of stairs. I think that doing a really huge, grand, like, manor style build for Alice in Wonderland would be lovely, and you could use the new stair feature with the flare out that you can do now. But for this smaller build, especially given how small the slot size is, I go with a ladder option. And it also means that the first floor circular tower room, you cannot reach the second floor of the circular tower from the first floor. Instead, you have to go up the ladder into this area and do it this way. So this is me working out the layout, and I decided to go for a really big bathroom and a really big bedroom because she also has a cat, and I want to accommodate the cat. So I decide to do that and give the cat a little space in the bathroom for a litter box too, because I feel like that makes sense. And then I need a door for the circular room, and here's me choosing the hexagon tile in its pink swatch for Alice's bathroom rather than the Edwardian tile. I don't know why I thought I used the same tile in both bathrooms, but I didn't. I used the hexagon tile in Alice's main bathroom. And then we have an archway so that the cat can go in and out of their own little loo room. And then I use the rainbow doors out here, not the actual rainbow swatch, but the blue and purple swatch, and then the yellow, like autumn-y colors, yellow and red and orange autumn color swatch over there. And then I think I use the round door again. I try to use the Alice in Wonderland door here, but it really just, it's too big, it doesn't fit. So I think I use the, oh no, I use the door that kind of looks like it has a keyhole in it, because I felt like that's appropriate. And it's base game, this door, blue base game, and it kind of looks like a giant key to me, and I felt like that was appropriate. So then, at this point, I was pretty much done talking. I had dental surgery, which is why we were out for a week. Like, there were no videos on my channel all of the previous week, and it's because I had dental surgery and talking became problematic during the recovery from the dental surgery. And I am still recovering a little bit, but I have a lot less pain today, and the stitches fell out today on their own. They didn't even dissolve, they just fell out. And I think the bone graft didn't work. I paid to have them do the bone graft so that if I wanted to replace the tooth that had pulled with an implant, I could in a future date. But I think the bone graft didn't take, and it was the expensive part. So anyway, this is me messing around with the windows on the circular tower because I realized that where the ladders are, the windows no longer make sense, and some of them deleted automatically based on where the ladders got placed. So then I'm going to go ahead and sort of finish up this build because by this point I was done talking and I was really done on my computer. Like I was already tired and I already had, and I had barely built anything, but I figure we can do the whole furnishing of this house in the next video for this. And off camera, I'll go ahead and do all the landscaping and get all of that stuff done. And I'm also going to choose all the wallpapers for each room off camera, and then when we come back to the next and final video for this little Alice in Wonderland inspired build, I will show you my wallpaper choices and give you a brief tour of the landscaping as well. So now, when I originally recorded, I was just showing the whole house and then just nattering on about whatever I wanted to talk about, but because it didn't keep my audio, I'm going to go ahead and end my current audio here. I'm changing the name to Alice in Ennis Green for the lot type. It's for the lot itself. And so, when you guys go ahead and see the next video that will finish out this build, hopefully that means there'll be 2 videos on my channel this week. And I'm really looking forward to doing the landscaping for this build off camera and things like that. So I hope you enjoy it. I have a lot going on this week. I'm going to try and get we have some cats that need to be fixed, so we're going to try and get that done this week. And I've got some other little projects that I want to get done. And then next week my partner is off for their birthday. And we're going to finally unload the pod with all my things in it and all of their things in it too and get that done. My air conditioning unit just turned itself on, so I'm sorry about that sound and the rest of the audio. Here's me figuring out where this peek-a-boo, peek-through bookcase can go because I really want to use it in the build, but it's not really an appropriate one for this build, so I decided to use it like a window, and I delete all these other windows on this wall just to have a place to put it. And then I realized that there are too many windows on the wall itself in general for a bedroom, and that I want to be able to put art up, so I delete some of the windows as well. But there's that keyhole bookcase, and I think it looks amazing, actually. I think it looks really good if you're pretending it's a window. I wish that they'd built it so that you could pretend, not even pretend, I wish they'd built it so it was a door. I think that would have been more appropriate. But anyway, so then I'm going to adjust some windows, but we are done with the build for now and for today. So, thank you so much for watching this video, if you did. It is very short because, again, I had a whole week off. I am planning on having a second video up this week for the first time in a while, and I know that it's been a while since I had 2 videos a week, but I plan on doing it this time around. Anyway, and also this video hopefully will go up on our the schedule we used to have where there was a video every Tuesday and every Thursday. I'm hoping to get that schedule back going. So thank you for watching, travelers. I hope you enjoyed at least the build aspects of this. Some of the colors, swatch choices might change between now and when I get the landscaping done, but we'll see. I'll show you those kinds of things when we come back. Anyway, I hope you have a great day wherever you're at in yours, and I hope you enjoyed this very small build for our first video back in a while. Thanks so much, travelers. It's been a good time. I'm going to go and do some laundry and some other chores and some other things I need to get done. My partner's birthday is coming up, so there's some stuff on the computer I need to do. So I'm going to go ahead and go ahead. I'm going to go now, and I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Thank you for watching. Please leave me a like and a comment, share the video with your friends, family, and followers, and subscribe to the channel if you're not already. Have a great day wherever you're at in yours. Bye, travelers.